Hello, 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 my beautiful Dolly family. How we doing today? I hope that we're doing well, but if not, big hugs to you. Today is a coffee chat with Leisha. Oh my gosh, yes, another coffee chat. I hope you guys enjoy these because I do. I like to run my mouth. Anywho, I am drinking, hold on to your horses, people. I am drinking not my Pepsi Zero or the water I should be drinking. I'm drinking a Dr. Pepper Zero. My son likes Dr. Pepper Zero, so we've been keeping those for him. And sometimes I like one too. So yeah, I got little Jamie here with me. He's still here with me. He's just hanging out. I'm just showing him a little fostering love since I'm his foster mommy until he finds his new mommy and daddy. If you're interested in him, send me an email at LeishaGale23 LeishaGale23 at gmail.com. I always forget that part, and I don't know why. That's like the easiest part. And we can talk about it. Okay, so today's coffee chat is going to be a fun one. It's going to be a fun one. First, I have a little bit of a educational thing to talk about. I said it like that so that you guys know that, I'm not like, it is informational, but it's nothing serious. It's just something that I've noticed in some of the groups and on some channels. People asking questions or getting really upset about certain things. So I just thought I would explain to maybe like the newer viewers, because I think all of us who's been here for a while, we understand the differences that I'm going to talk about. But yeah, train of thought, buffering. Oh my gosh. Anywho, so we're gonna have a little bit of a TED talk, if you will, Leisha talk, if you will, and then we're gonna play a fun little tag that I just found that I'm really super excited about. So hope you stay tuned for that part too. All right, so first part of this little talk that we're having, this little bit of tidbit of information. Well, one, let me let's see, preface it with this. I just myself recently learned, Sina over at Sina's Dolls, she's one of the Toddler Tuesday hosts, and her theme for the last 2 weeks has been vintage. And she put out a very helpful little like information page about the difference between vintage, antique, and retro. Now, here's the thing, if you call something an antique and it's not an antique, I'm not going to correct you. I'm not, it's not that deep to me. If you call something antique retro, if you called something retro vintage, I'm just not a real argumentative person unless you ask my husband or children, and then they may tell you a different story, but just on the general, I'm fine. So, vintage is something that is between 20 and 99 years old. So, that gives you kind of okay, it's between 20, it has to at least be 20 years, I think it said, and then up to 99 years old, it can be considered vintage. When you move on to antique, it has to be at least 100 years old or older, and then it's considered an antique. And retro is more of a label for something that has been remade to look like something that is antique or vintage, and that's called retro. So like sometimes, so I have some watermelon sugar. Hi, you guys remember that song? Anyway, now you're gonna be singing that, aren't you? You're welcome. So I have some strawberry shortcake figures. Now, two of the little figures are my actual, from my childhood. They are truly vintage little dolls. And my actual strawberry shortcake doll that I have is actually considered retro because it was made in like, I don't know, I got it like maybe 5 years ago, 5-6 years ago. So you know, it was more newer made, but it was in the image of the vintage item that I used to have. So that's called retro, right? Okay, so they're you know, everything, it's like everything has to have a label, right? But anyway, that away, just for your information, right? FYI. So what I'm going to talk about though has to deal with our dollies, our babies, right? So there are different categories of the dollies. There are authentic reborns, and an authentic reborn is a reborn made from a kit that has been deemed authentic by the major sellers and sculptors and painted by an artist and reborn, right? Or actually just born, because they weren't, it wasn't, anyway, they call them reborns. So, and just for a little bit of a backstory, so if you don't know where reborns came from, it's very fascinating. Way back in the day, they used to take the Behringer dolls, and sometimes they would strip them all down, or sometimes they would just paint over what was already there, and they would call that reborning the doll, right? And we all know the Behringer dolls are manufactured dolls, but they would repaint them, bring new life into them, make them look more like a lifelike baby, and that would be called reborning. And some people still do that. Some people still do that, and it's really cool. That's where it kind of started, okay? So then the definition, when I looked it up in the dictionary a long time ago, it was like, the definition of a reborn is basically, the original definition was taking an old doll or a pre-existing doll and stripping it, or just repainting it to make it a new doll or more lifelike doll. And then, you know, the sculptors came around, started sculpting dolls and selling the kits, and then those became the actual reborns, and those are the authentic reborns. Okay, now there is a second label of a reborn, and that is when you buy the kits from like AliExpress or Amazon or something like that. Those are considered non-authentic because of where they came, what dealers have them. They're the same sculpts that the original artists or the other companies sell, just a wee bit cheaper, a little easier on the pocketbook, just like our manufactured babies or our replica babies that we like to collect. I know I'm going to get some hate and some words said on this in the comments of this video for some of this, but this is the truth. This is what it is. So those are, we'll call those manufactured kits just for the sake of it for now, and then painted by an artist. Those are still considered reborns. They're just not authentic reborns, okay? Really, authenticity is that's a whole nother subject that I'm not going to get into, but like there are people who have got into it, and if you just search up the videos, you'll find stuff on it. And then there are the manufactured or the replica that are already painted and their hair's already rooted or painted on, and they're all put together, or sometimes they're not put together, and those are called our manufactured or our replica dolls. The Paradise Galleries are considered not replicas, but they are manufactured. Paradise Galleries and Ashton Drake, those are just considered manufactured dolls, right? And then we have like the baby dolls, our antique baby dolls, you know, or just in general baby dolls on the shelves at Target and Walmart and, you know, that stuff that aren't after in the image of some of the sculpted ones, and those are just baby dolls. That's the difference. That's the difference. There's been a lot of, I just noticed a lot of talk about how people are, you know, saying this is my Reborn, and then other people are like, oh no, that's not a Reborn because it was painted by a factory and not a person, and blah blah blah, or you know, whatever, what have you. But so that's the definitions now. In my nursery and in your nursery, you can call your babies whatever you want to call your babies. That's your nursery and that's your babies, and you do what makes you happy. In my nursery, these are all Reborns, every one of them, except for my vintage or antiques, and I do have some that are close to being antiques. I think, you know, not too far off. Still vintage. I don't call my vintage dolls Reborns, and Harper is a masterpiece doll. Now she's a replica masterpiece doll. I got her from Amazon. Sometimes I do call her a Reborn, and sometimes I call her a masterpiece. Mostly I call her a masterpiece because that's kind of a class of doll too, but she's very lifelike, childlike, and so I do consider her part of my Reborn nursery. My alternative babies are my alternative Reborn babies, you know, like my Star Wars babies or my Avatar, my Elf babies. Those are still part of my, these are all just Reborns to me. And so it's really up to you in your nursery what you call them. And if somebody says something about it, so what? Just let it go in one ear, out the ear, or just go ahead and block that ear and just don't let it come in at all. That's my take on it. So there you go, a little bit of education on our dolls and why maybe, now, like I said, I don't care. I don't, you know, these are all just little Reborns, right? Now he is an authentic Reborn, and actually, I think he falls in the category of being a vintage sculpt because he was sculpted in 2006, and it's 2026. So his sculpt is officially 20 years old. So he is a little vintage Reborn, although he was just reborn, you know, this year. But his sculpt has been around for quite a while. So I found that kind of interesting when I read the back of his neck. I'm pretty sure, let me look again. I'm pretty sure he said 2026. Oh, I can't read it now. I'm pretty sure somewhere I read on there, I don't know, maybe not. I could be wrong, but I swear I read that somewhere. I'll have to recheck that out again. Maybe I'll put on here, if I find that out. But anyway, he's a Pat Seacrest, so he is an older little tiny feller. Okay, so there is that. There's your little bit of education on what a true Reborn is considered, and your permission, if you need it, to call your babies whatever you want to call your babies. Just have fun with them. I got his little pants all the way up to his armpits just about. Let's pull those down a little bit. Funny thing is, he does have on this is a Carter's outfit. They were separates though, and so the pants came separately and the little onesies came separately, but the onesie is a preemie, fits him really good, but the preemie pants were really small. Like, I think it would have came up to his knee. So I went ahead and went up to newborn in the pants. They're a little big, but I'd rather him be a little big like this so he can grow into them, than them be like, he's a, you know, a newborn preemie baby and have on flutters. But, you know, if it was a little girl, we could call him capris and it would be okay. But I guess you could do that with a boy too, right? I don't know. Anyway. He's just trying to get comfy here. He's so tired. Oh, okay. So he's gonna stay with us while we and I have a little co-host over here. This is my little Nightmare Before Christmas Disney Illy doll, and she's sitting in her egg chair that Jess over at Crafty Churchy Nursery 3D printed her. So she's kind of part of the tag we're gonna do, not really, but kind of. just because she's Nightmare Before Christmas. So it's kind of like spooky. So Beverly over at, oh, let me think of our nursery. Hold on. You know what? I think I have it wrote down. Just give me a minute. I wrote all the questions down too. I just got to find them. They're on here. Little Nook of Doll Dreams. Yes. Oh, I think he wants to lay over this way. Okay. Because he's kind of going that way. Okay, little one. Go ahead. All right. So Beverly from Little Nook of Doll Dreams came up with this spooky summer nights would you rather. So there's 5 questions. And let me get a little drink of my, I almost said Pepsi Zero, my Dr. Pepper. It looks like I'm trying to breastfeed him. I am not trying to breastfeed him. He's just sleeping on my boob, okay? Oh my goodness. Okay. So, question number 1. Would you rather find muddy footprints across your clean kitchen floor or wet footprints coming from the tub leading to the hallway? Okay, now that would be kind of spooky, but I do have other people living with me. So my first thought on that would be, you know, somebody who lives with me did that. And if I found those, and in that mind frame, I would rather have the wet footprints from the tub to the hallway, because then I could just throw a towel down and wipe them up and be done with it. Whereas if I found muddy footprints on my freshly cleaned kitchen floor, I would have to completely remop, and I'd be pretty darn pissed about it. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, all right, so that's my answer, is the footprints from the tub to the hallway, the wet ones, because I could wipe those up. All right, number 2, would you rather notice one doll missing from the shelf or hear a knocking from a locked closet? Ooh. Oh man, that one's kind of hard. That one's kind of hard. I didn't really think about this, because if I had a missing doll, and see, I am in a household with other people, but my husband and my son don't really do anything with my babies, so I would know it wouldn't be them. I'm gonna trade him back over here. Let's see, my goodness, oh my. And then if there was a knocking from a closet door, I guess, oh man, I'm gonna go with hear a knocking from a locked closet door, because then I'll send my husband in after it. Whereas the missing doll, if I didn't find it, that would be, maybe that's who's knocking on the door. Anyway, so we're gonna go with the locked closet, hearing someone knocking from a locked closet. Number 3, would you rather find a doll in a different outfit than the one you dressed her in, or find your doll sitting somewhere you did not place her? I would, oh, those are kind of creepy too, aren't they? Let's see. I think I'm gonna go with the different outfit than what you had them in, because here we go. So honest to God, sometimes I can change someone and forget I changed them and be like, when did you put that outfit on? So that could just be a slip of my brain. Whereas if the doll is sitting one place and then in another, which couldn't be another slip of my brain, that still would be creepier, I think. So I'm gonna say change of outfit. All right, number 4, would you rather hear whispering through the baby monitor, or have your bedroom door slowly open while you're trying to fall asleep? I've had both of those happen to me. I'm gonna go with the door opening while I'm trying to fall asleep, because I don't want to hear, it's really, really creepy and really weird to hear whispering from a baby monitor when, one, if it was in my house, it would be dolls, so that would, we would have to move. But two, if it was in a baby's room, I wouldn't want nobody to be in my baby's room, so I'd rather the door open on me, right? Right, okay. Number 5, would you rather find an old photo of yourself in a box of old antiques or receive a letter dated 50 years in the future? Interesting. I'm gonna go with, I don't know. We'll go with, I don't know. I'm gonna go with the photo of an old photo of yourself in a box of antiques, because you know it could be a relative that looked just like you, right? Right. What if it's that? The letter dated 50 years in the future. Well, one, I should not. I don't think I'm going to be here in 50 years, so I don't know if I want to know the future right at the moment. I mean, I kind of do. You know, I'd really like to know how things turn out. But anyway, I don't know. We'll just go with the old photo just for the sake of it. But that was a lot of fun. Those were fun questions. If you would like to play along, Beverly has a short on her channel, so go check out her channel. Go find that short, and the questions are listed in that short, like in the description box of that short. So I go over there and you can find the questions, or you can use the questions off this video. That's fine, but I'm not writing them down in my description box. Because I'd really like for you to visit Beverly's channel if you want to write the stuff down, since it's her her little tag. That was so much fun. Was that not fun? We have not had a good tag in a very long time. We used to have so many of them, we didn't know which one to do, and now I haven't heard of a good tag in forever. So thanks to Beverly for making that, or having that tag. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys liked it and had fun with it. All right, so we are gonna hop off here now. Cheers to you for your rest of your day. Hope you enjoy whatever you're, I'm gonna burp, yeah, drinking, but cheers to you, whatever you're drinking. Little Jamie says goodbye, aunties and uncles and future mommy and daddy, hopefully. Bye-bye. All right, guys. We will see you next time. Give me a big thumbs up if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your bell notifications if you already have it, so you don't miss another fun whatever I do next in my next video. Don't forget to drop a comment below. You can answer the questions in the comment too if you don't have a channel and you just want to play along. If you do have a channel and you want to do this tag on your channel, make sure to tag Beverly over at Little Nook of Doll Dreams. I always get things so twisted. Check out my description box below because I do have stuff down there for you. We love you so much. Shout out to my flutters and my flutterflies. Hi guys, how you doing? Love you. Mwah. If you guys are interested in becoming one of them, please hit that join button and check that out. As always, we love you so much. Be kind, be gentle, but most importantly, be you, because we love you just the way you are. See you next time, guys. Bye.